are in Shenandoah, Texas at the Conroe ISD Natatorium, wrapping up the final day of coverage of the 2017 NCAA Division III Men's and Women's Swimming and Diving Championships. I am Russell Kramer of the North Coast Athletic Conference. The 43rd National Championship is in the books, and once again, the NCAC represented itself well. While the NCAC's 34-year championship run at the national meet was snapped this year, several league squads still found themselves high in the final team standings, led by the Kenyon Lords finishing second in the men's standings for the second year in a row with 384 points, and the Kenyon Ladies checking in at third in the women's standings with 381 points. The Emory Eagles won their 8th straight national crown on the women's side with 645.5 points, while Emory is now the first non-NCAC men's team to win the Division III national crown since Johns Hopkins in 1979, after the Eagles accumulated 438 total points over the 4-day meet. Williams finished second in the women's field with 445 points, while Denison posted its 27th top 5 finish in history in 4th place with 272 points, and DePauw finished in a 4-way tie for 34th with 16 total points. Following Emory and Kenyon in the men's standings was Denison in 3rd with 371 points, Johns Hopkins in 4th with 295 points, and NYU in 5th place with 243.5 points. DePauw also cracked the top 30 in the team standings in 28th with 23 total points. Let's take a look at the highlights. The final night of the national meet opened with a pair of NCAC swimmers collecting top 8 All-American honors in the women's 1650 freestyle, led by Kenyon sophomore Marisol Arce finishing second overall with a time of 16:39.11. Arce was the national champion in the event a year ago. Denison senior Campbell Costley earned All-American honors in the event for the 4th year in a row, posting a career-best 5th place finish in 16:54.14. Kenyon freshman Gail Anderson, who was seated 19th in the event and thus swam one of the early afternoon heats, checked in at 7th overall with a time of 16:58.68, which was nearly 16 seconds faster than her seed time. Emory sophomore Julia Dermer took home gold in the event with a winning time of 16:27.82. Kenyon senior Arthur Conover completed the suite of the distance freestyle events on Saturday night with his second career national title in the 1650. Conover once again went toe-to-toe with Johns Hopkins senior Andrew Greenhall in the event, eventually pulling away and setting the meet record with the first ever sub-15-minute time in the event at Nationals with a mark of 14:59.56. Greenhall, the 2016 champion in the event, finished second in 15:02.34. In addition, Conover was joined on the award stand by a pair of teammates, with junior David Perez finishing 7th in 15:32.41 and freshman Connor Rumpet placing 8th overall in 15:35.06. After his outstanding week, I caught up with Conover and asked him about his 2 national titles. For the 2017 NCAA Men's and Women's Swimming and Diving Championships from the Conroe ISD Natatorium in Shenandoah, Texas, I'm joined by tonight's 1650 free national champion, senior Arthur Conover of the Kenyon College Lords. Arthur, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Arthur, just an electric race to get things started off here tonight on the final night of the NCAA Championships. Take me through your race. You and Andrew Greenhall again really put on some impressive performances in the distance events this weekend. What was it like to pull out a national championship?
It was just really exciting. I've been swimming very well this weekend, so it's a great way to cap off a great meet. Great to always race Andrew. He's a great competitor. Never finished more than 1 spot away from him in a distance event, and it's just great to cap it off.
For you, Arthur, it's your second national championship of the 2017 meet. You won the 500 free on Wednesday evening, and you talked in that 500 about how you trusted your training and the strength that you had in terms of your endurance. As I watched you tonight, your splits were very consistent, right there in the 27s until really the end, and you began to pick it up in the 26s and even in the 25s there in your last 50. How much did that training come through for you this evening, and how much do you have to trust that again in a race like the 1650?
Really, in the 1650, it's all about your training. It's all about just trusting that you know what your body is capable of. So for me, it's just going out, and I am able to feel what pace I'm going to be able to hold the entire race, whether or not it's going to be a best time. Really, just from my training, I can feel what my pace needs to be.
And finally, Arthur, certainly as a senior, I know this has to be a special week for you. Today, getting your second national championship on your birthday as well. Just what has it been like this week? The support from teammates and people in the crowd. How special have these 4 or 5 days been for you?
This has been one of the best weeks of my life. Just the group of guys we have and the ladies. It's such a close-knit family. It's been a real honor to swim with them. They're my brothers and sisters.
The 1650 national champion, senior Arthur Conover of the Kenyon College Lords. Arthur, congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Despite NCAC swimmers being shut out of the championship heat of the women's 100 freestyle, league athletes performed strong in the consolation finals with 3 swimmers in the heat, led by Kenyon sophomore Hannah Bach Mandel, reaching the wall first in 50.67. Emory sophomore Fiona Muir topped the field in the championship heat with a time of 49.28. Denison junior Zach Wagner picked up his first career top 8 All-American award in an individual event in the men's 100 freestyle after finishing 5th overall in 44.38. Rowan senior Jesse Novak won his second national title in the event in the last 3 years after outpacing the field with a time of 43.29. Kenyon sophomore Delaney Ambrosen climbed the All-American Awards podium for the first time in her career in an individual event after finishing 5th overall in 159.57. Williams senior Olivia Jackson set the meet record in the event with a winning time of 155.83 in the 200 back. A pair of Denison swimmers paced the NCAC in the championship finals of the men's 200 backstroke, led by senior Jack Lindell in second place with a time of 145.32. Big Red junior Jason Westling checked in 8th in the A final in 150.12, while Williams senior Ben Lynn completed the sweep of the backstroke events at the 2017 national meet with a time of 144 flat. Kenyon junior Julia Wilson was the league's top finisher in the championship heat of the women's 200 breaststroke, finishing 3rd overall in 2:15.30 for her second straight All-American finish in the event. In addition, Denison freshman KT Kustridge posted her second top 8 All-American swim of the meet in an individual event in 7th with a time of 2:17.64. Connecticut College freshman Mary Erb was the champion in the event with a time of 2:14.61. While Emory senior Andrew Wilson stole the show in the championship heat of the men's 200 breaststroke with an eye-popping time of 1:50.80, 3 NCAC swimmers found themselves in the top 8, led by Kenyon senior Ian Reardon in second with a time of 1:58.04. Kenyon senior Trevor Manns returned to the top 8 in the event for the first time since 2014 in 6th place in 1:59.25, while DePaul junior Sam McManus finished 7th overall in 1:59.46. Denison's Max Levy accomplished a rare feat after winning the final individual event of the national meet with a score of 5:88.20 on the 3-meter board. Levy is now just the 3rd diver in NCAA Division III history to sweep the boards at the national event on 2 separate occasions, after he also swept the boards in 2015. Joe Stabile of UC San Diego was the first diver to accomplish the feat back in 1985 and 86, while Nicholas Hallbach of Merchant Marine swept the events in 2009 and again in 2011. In addition, Levy was joined on the awards stand in the 3-meter event by classmate Brian Allen, who finished 6th with an overall score of 516 1.25 points for his third career top 8 All-American finish. After his outstanding senior national championship meet, I caught up with Max Levy to recap his outstanding week. For the 2017 NCAA men's and women's swimming and diving national championships, I'm joined by tonight's men's 3-meter diving national champion, Senior Max Levy of the Denison University Big Red. And Max, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Max, you complete the sweep of the boards at the 2017 national championships. You win the 1-meter on Thursday night. You close out your career in style with the 3-meter national championship. Just take me through this evening and how special it was for you.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking going into finals. I was down a little bit in points going into the first dive, but after my back 2.5, everything just kind of clicked and it was smooth sailing from there. But there were nerves, but I was very excited to do this.
You earned tonight's 3-meter national championship without a doubt. I mean, you continued to hold the lead throughout, but every time you came up at the end of each round for your dive, you needed to nail the next dive to continue to hold that lead. Just sort of take me through those last few rounds and then at the very end to nail that 69 on your final dive. How I guess exciting and exhilarating was it to know that you had swept both boards?
Well, the last 3 dives are, the first of the last 3 dives is my gainer. It's a little bit shaky, it's not my favorite, but the last 2 dives, the front 3.5 and the full out, are my 2 favorite dives, and I saved them for last. So I get all of the other ones out where there might be some problems, and then I know I can just get through those and score really big on those. So I'm very excited, and it's just amazing right now.
Finally, Max, I just want to ask what this week has been like for you. I know last year in your junior year, things didn't go probably as well as you had hoped at the national level, but for you to come back in your senior season to sweep both boards and your final competition in the 3-meter, not only for you to be the national champion, but classmate, teammate, friend Brian Allen being in the top 8 with you as well. You cap off your career in college, 4 national champions, 8 top 8 All-American performances. It's been a special 4 years. What's this week been like for you?
This week has been pretty much a whirlwind of emotions, starting with the first day where the swimmers weren't doing so well, and then they kind of came back, and then it was just a roller coaster of swims and dives, and it's just been really amazing to dive against Brian and dive with him at practice. He's pushed me all 4 years, honestly, to do better, and I honestly wouldn't be here without him. And also Allison Fitzgerald, she's also a big part of this. She's very supportive. Also, all of the swimmers do everything they can to make sure that the divers feel like part of the team, and that is one of my favorite things, because the divers aren't a big part, like a big numbers, but we still really click and they really make us feel like we're part of the team, and that's my favorite part.
2017 NCAA men's 3-meter diving national champion, sweeping both boards at the 2017 national championship, Senior Max Levy of the Denison University Big Red. Max, congratulations on a great career.
Thank you very much.
In the final women's event of the meet, the Kenyon Ladies team of Hannah Orbach-Mandel, Delaney Ambrosen, Abby Wilson, and sophomore Sofia Kuvan combined for a time of 3:23.37 in the championship heat of the women's 400 freestyle relay to finish 3rd overall. Emory won the national title in the event with yet another meet record time of 3:19.56. The 2017 NCAA Division III Swimming and Diving Championships officially came to a close with the Emory Eagles winning the men's 400 freestyle relay in a time of 2:56.68. Denison was the top NCAC team in the event, in second with a time of 2:57.11, with the team of sophomore Walter Docksher, junior Max Howes, sophomore Kenny Fox, and Zach Wagner. Kenyon finished 8th in the championship heat in a time of 3:02.01, with a team comprised of senior Austin Fu, sophomore Weston Carpenter, senior Ambert Sawa, and sophomore Robert Williams. Following the 4 days of competition in Texas, NCAC student athletes won 6 national titles, logged 64 All-American performances, and posted 45 honorable mention All-American performances. In addition, Denison's Max Levy was named the NCAA Division III Men's Diver of the Year for the second time in his career after sweeping both diving events this year in Texas. Denison diving coach Russ Bertram was also recognized at the 2017 NCAA Division III Men's Championships as the Men's Diving Coach of the Year. That will just about wrap up our final coverage of the 2017 National Swimming and Diving Championships. Congratulations to all of our student athletes who competed throughout the week. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. We hope you have enjoyed our exclusive coverage. As always, please be sure to log on to our website, www.northcoast.org, for the latest conference updates, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at NCAC. Again, I am Russell Kramer, and thanks for watching.